Hey, it's Phil from Habit Bootcamps, and today I'm excited because I'm going to be doing the Self-Authoring Suite by Professor Jordan B. Peterson. Now, one of the up-and-coming stars on YouTube has been Professor Peterson, who has been making a lot of headway with his lectures on mythology, meaning, significance, and lectures about free speech and political correctness. But he also has a great program which is called Self-Authoring. I've been putting it off for a while to actually do this program, so today I'm going to show you what the program entails and I'm going to do it myself, so let's check it out. As you can see, you can get the Self-Authoring Suite at selfauthoring.com. And you can choose to get the total suite, which is all the different kind of modules, or you can also choose to get the different modules, which is the future authoring, the past authoring, and then you have the present authoring, which is divided into the virtues, which are the positive elements, and the present authoring faults, which are the negative elements. And I'm going to start with the future authoring first. So I just finished the future authoring part of the self-authoring suite, and it takes about an hour and a half if you really want to do it thoroughly. I think it's a really useful exercise. What the future authoring does is it begins with figuring out your ideal future, how you would like it to look with your leisure, with your family and friends, socially. And then it really delves in deep into describing your ideal future. What would it look like? What would you be doing? Where would you be spending time? Every aspect of your ideal future. And the next question is also an interesting question. It asks you to think about the future that you want to avoid. If things would be going as they were going and they were going really bad, what would your future look like? So it focuses on your ideal future and it focuses on the future that you don't want to see happening. And after that, it focuses on the goals. So it wants you to think about all the goals you want to achieve in life. And it gives you 8 different goals you want to focus on. And then it really delves in deep into those 8 goals. So with each goal, they are asking what your motives are for those goals, what the impact is for your personal life, for your social life, and for your business. And then it delves into the specific action plan that you can take for achieving that specific goal. As specific as possible, where, when, and how. Zooms in on the obstacles that you can encounter and what some possible solutions could be. And then the end question is how you can measure that you're making progress towards that goal. Are you going to do it daily? Are you going to do it weekly? Are you going to write it down? So it all starts with the ideal future, the different aspects, what your life would look like, what's the life you want to avoid. Then it specifies it into specific goals, and then it breaks those goals into specific aspects that will make sure that you stay on track. In the suite itself, you can always revisit and rewrite it at whatever moment you want, but it really encourages people to take the time, reflect about it, write it down, re-strategize, take a look at it every week, every month, and make sure that you stay on track on those different goals that you want to go for. So it's a really good way to first figure out your why, figure out what you want to do, why you want to do it, what it would look like, what are some things that are holding you back, what are the specific things that actually are most important to you, which are the goals, and then breaks it down into specific elements of goal setting to make sure that you can implement it, and most of all, that you can really reflect if you're making progress towards that goal. So that's the Futuring Authoring program. So on to the next part of the Self-Authoring Suite. And I'm going to choose the Present Authoring part. And I'm going to start with the first part, which is all about the virtues. So I just finished the present authoring virtue segment, which actually has way more to do with personality traits. And the personality traits are divided in 2 segments. One is plasticity and the other one is stability. Now, plasticity is measured by your level of extroversion, which is being outgoing, extroverted, or reserved, introverted. And the other element is your level of openness, which is very original or very traditional. And the other part is stability. And your stability is measured by your level of conscientiousness. Are you very conscientious or are you carefree? Your emotional stability. Are you very calm or are you very nervous? And your level of agreeableness. Are you very agreeable or are you more assertive and aggressive? And it has several statements with all the elements of the part about plasticity and the part about stability. So you're able to mark 6 to 10 different kind of statements that you say, yes, this is me. So once you marked all the elements of the plasticity and the stability, you get an overview of all the statements you agreed with. And then it's asking you to mark 6 to 9 statements that you define as really you and that you really could use for the positive in the future. And then for each of those different statements, it asks the question of describing your experience where you really made use of this virtue or this personality trait. Then afterwards, it asks you how you could even have done it better in the future. And then it asks you how you could even enhance to use this personality trait or this virtue in the future. And it asks it for each of the statements that you said, yes, I want to use this more positively in the future and enhance this personality trait. So this part was the self-altering virtues part. This part takes about 60 minutes to do. And now I'm going to go on to the next part, which is about the present altering, and it's about your faults. So the present altering faults is a bit the same like the present altering virtues, but the virtues focuses on the positive and the faults focuses on the negative. It also delves into the different personality traits of extraversion, agreeableness, and all the other aspects we had in the virtue section, but it delves into the negative things, and it asks us to put a mark at several statements and choose maximum 10 statements that we really agree with. Now, once we've been through all the list of the different kind of aspects and we marked maximum 10 elements, then we get an overview of all the different kind of statements that we marked, and we are asked to choose 6 to 9. We can choose more, but it's best to limit it to choose the biggest faults or the biggest things we want to work on. And then we do the same thing as we did in the virtue section. We describe an experience, then we look at what an alternative outcome could have been if we've handled the situation a bit better. And then we get to write down some general guidelines for the future to make sure that we improve this negative personality trait. Filling in this part will maximum take about 60 minutes. So now it's on to the last segment of the self-altering suite, which is the past altering program. So I just finished the past altering part, and the past altering part really delves into your past and the significant events in your past. So first of all, it asks you to divide your past into 7 epochs or time segments. So you can choose your childhood, adolescence, your time in university, etc. So you divide it in 7 parts. And then it asks for 6 significant experience in that epoch or time segment. So you write it down, maximum 6 for all those 7 epochs. And it asks you to go deeper into all those significant experiences in that epoch or that time segment. So you can write extensively, you can write as much as you want. And when you finished it for all those significant experiences, then it asks you to define the 10 most critical experiences in your life. It can be positive, it can be negative. And then for each of those 10 significant experiences, it really asks you to go deep. How did it affect your life? How did it affect your trust in people, your values, your beliefs about everything in your life, your future and your past? And after that is done, the past altering is done. And it took me about an hour and a half to do. So it was a really useful exercise to delve into your past, look at the timeline, and look at all those different kind of events that sticked, that really were important in your life, and ponder and reflect about them and see what kind of impact they made into your life. So what do I think of the self-altering suite? I think it's a great tool to look into the future, look into the present, look into the past to see what kind of events would I like to occur in the future, what kind of strategic action plan and goals can I set and how can I achieve them, what kind of obstacles could appear and what kind of solutions could I think of when those obstacles happen. Make you look at the present and see what am I really good at, what are my strengths, what are my virtues, what are the positive personality traits that I have, and how can I use them more and more beneficially. Also your faults, what are the things that are holding you back? I work a lot with habits, so what kind of bad habits or bad personality traits do you have that are holding you back and that you shouldn't be doing anymore or that you can improve in your life? And then the past altering plan makes you look at all those beliefs that affected your life positively or negatively and that are still shaping and molding your life. So it's a great way to see where you want to go, where you are now, where you were in the past, and how you can get from where you are now to where you want to be. Me personally, I work with habits, so it was a really fantastic tool to see what kind of future I wanted to create, what kind of bad habits, beliefs, things that I'm doing that are holding me back, what new things should I be doing, and since I work a lot with habits, what kind of new habits can I pick up, preferably daily. So I would definitely advise buying the self-altering suite for you and a friend or anybody who could use it. You will get a lot more clarity about your purpose, your why, some insight about what's holding you back, what you actually want out of life, personally, with relationships, socially, with your habits, with your business. You can always revise it. Just as Professor Peterson says, you can do a first draft, you can write quickly, you can always revise it afterwards. You don't have to do it for a very long time. You can do it step by step. You can review it each month and then see if you're on the right path. So I think it's a great tool to buy the self-authoring suite to get a little bit more insight into what direction you should be going in life and what kind of standards you can set for your life. As you can see, it's less than $30 for the total self-authoring suite. You can get the separate modules if you want to, but I think if you get the future, present, and past authoring suite, you really get the most out of this total package and you will save a lot of money. Plus, with this summer special, you get 2 for the price of 1, so you can even give one for free to family, friend, or anyone who could benefit from this suite. So this was my review of the self-authoring suite. I think it's a great tool to get a little bit more clarity about what your better future is, what direction you should go in, what actions you can take, preferably even habits that you can do daily, things that are holding you back from the past or significant events in the past that you should do more or do less, or that became a fixed belief and interpretation of the world and that isn't serving you, and that you can just tackle habit by habit, task by task, goal by goal, and just scratch those things off the list or start picking it up or start dropping it, and that way you can build a better future for yourself and for others. So check it out. It's not much to pay for the self-authoring suite. It's a little bit of work, but I promise you, you will really get a lot of insight, and just review it regularly every week, every month, and you will see that you will create a better life by just focusing on those little tasks and goals, and then you can change your future. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this video and a bit more clarity about what the self-authoring suite is and what it focuses on. Let me know in the comments if you tried it out and if you like the self-authoring suite and how it changed your life, and I will talk to you in the next video. Hey, it's Phil, and if you would like to check out some more videos about productivity, check out this productivity playlist for some more awesome videos.